We're working on a 2008 Ford Focus. It's got some brake problems, and we're hoping to fix that for this guy. Hopefully, we don't find any other problems, but I'm fairly certain that he's also got a broken or a leaking rack and pinion. We're going to take a better look once I get it up in the air. See what's going on. We'll take a look at that. He might have a bad bearing there, but we'll see. That's a problem for another day. I'm going to set his wheel under it for safety. One of the big problems right now I'm facing is I'm running out of my little sports car until I get a actual service truck. So makes it a challenge to carry all the tools. I've got a few jobs that I'm doing later on today. One of them's a door handle on a 2010 Buick. And I'm also going to go do some spot welding. And because I don't have a service truck right now, I have to make a stop back at the house, pick up tools, switch things around, and it's just a pain. But it's only temporary. All right. Always want to make sure your calipers aren't falling. It's a problem if they do. You can get your brake lines all messed up. And that right there is why we're changing these. They're crumbling apart on me. And that one's metal and metal. Relatively simple job. All you gotta do is pull calipers and pull out your rotors. And hooey, look at how ate up that is. That should be mirror smooth, but it's not. At least it's an easy fix. And this guy happens to be a friend of my wife, so I'm giving him a little bit of a discount on it. Got to take care of people. Just for reference, that's what the inside of these guys should look like. All right, now we are going to clean up the rust on here with some steel wool. I meant to grab a wire brush for my drill, but I forgot about it, so we're going to do this the old way. Get it nice and clean. any wear on here. It's got some rust. And thankfully this is mostly just surface rust. So, not too bad. But you definitely want to make sure this gets done so that the rotors don't stick. Because if they start sticking, you're just going to have a problem. Alright. Oh. And now for the all-important anti-seize. And you want to make sure you stir this up, because it will separate, and that's no good. Right. Now that's nice and lubed up. We're gonna clean off some of this and install our new one. Nice new rotors. And let's get our calipers back on here. And there's that. Nice and easy. Alright, let's get those tightened up. Alright. We'll check out his slide pins here. And we're going to re-lube them for him. Make sure that we don't have any problems in the future. And there's that. The lube on these doesn't look too bad. But anytime you do this, it's best to just put some fresh on there. And you don't have to worry about it. All right. Today we're just going to use the old hardware on it. Now, ooh, you look pretty rough. Last brake job I did was in the rain, and clearly my compressor here didn't like it. But that's alright. I'll lube it up later. It'll be good. Easy enough. All right, now we're over to the other side. Had a little bit of a issue with that one. It wanted to lock up on me, but we got it. Now let's see if maybe we can do the same on this side. All right. Sometimes these guys are a little bit tricky to get out. But all you really gotta do is give them a little bit of leverage. And this one is about the same. Rust and chunks coming off, and bare metal on the back. That is no good at all. But that's why we're here. Hopefully give this guy some peace of mind when he goes to pick up his kids. That's all I really care about right now. Oh, this one's even worse. I don't know if you can see, but there's some nice grooves cut into it. All right. Now back to it. Get some anti-seize on there. I probably go through more of this than I should, but it's important. I guess my brush might be wearing out on this guy. All right. So this customer changed appointments on me twice now, which I don't mind. That's not a big deal. I just thought it was funny. He called me yesterday asking if we could postpone until next week because he was short a day on his paycheck. And I was okay with that because I wasn't feeling too good yesterday anyway. Normally, I'd have just told him I'd come out here and fix it. And he can pay me when he can. Because I want my customers to be back on the road as soon as they can. Worst case, they don't pay me, but they're safe. And that's important to me. But usually people that I deal with are pretty good. And I'm going to be able to say that I'm helping out my community. It's just part of what I do. Oh, man. These calipers do not want to compress at all. Normally, you should just be able to run the T-handle in on this tool and it'll fully compress. For whatever reason, this guy just doesn't want to. I'm probably going to recommend that we do some calipers in the near future, because there's some marring on the surface of this piston, and they definitely shouldn't be this tight. But for today, we'll just get him back on the road. Right. And now some brake pads. The other side, the clips wanted to fight on me, so we want to see if we can't get this to go a little smoother at least. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and see. Make sure we're locked in. We got a little bit of overflow on the brake fluid there. Tells me he's probably been putting brake fluid in this as the pads went down, which in an ideal situation you wouldn't have to do that, because your brake fluid should be one level. The only reason it should ever go down is if your brake pads are wearing out. But that's okay. That just means I don't have to put any fluid in for him. And these slide pins, you want to make sure that that dust boot goes onto your lip there, because that's what keeps your grease inside nice and clean and stops these from rusting out. There's that. Normally, I would have the caliper hanging up on the spring up there while I'm doing this. But this control arm has a nice little pocket right here. It's nice and convenient for me to set it in without any worries. Okay. Make sure everything's locked in. And this customer has some nice fresh brakes and rotors to hopefully make it at least a little bit easier and safer for him to pick up his kid.